Hey guys, we're back for another video at the Martello Room in the Secret Garden Inn.
Beautiful inn. I recommend. I want to live here forever.
Yes, 5 out of 5 stars.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. So today, not today, these are all recorded on the same day, which is the 15th of September 2022. But we're going to be talking now about how we reacted when we first met each other at Pearson Airport last week. For the first time after talking for many years online.
It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. It was a life-changing experience. Imelda and I have been friends for over several years now, and it's been a very long, strong, deeply known friendship. I mean, intimate, but intimate in the platonic sense, of course. Mm-hmm. And meeting her for the first time, I was very nervous. I struggled a lot with a lot of self-image issues. I struggled a lot with my own confidence of myself, and I wondered how she would react to me, and the reaction was wonderful, if you want to narrate it.
Yes. So what happened was that, I was going to the Pearson Airport to pick her up, and I was messaging her WhatsApp, and, she was telling me it was very confusing to get out of because of the lines inside. In customs, apparently it's very disorganized inside. And I was told the same by other people as well. After COVID, it seems like, especially for Terminal 3 in Pearson, a lot of things have become very confusing.
They have been confusing. Props to the staff for trying to make things easier. Thank you for not doing the whole look through my bags. The most controversial thing I had was hand lotion. Thank you for trying your best. So props to Pearson Airport for really working hard to make things streamlined. Also, thank you to the people who are loading the carousels. Thank you for doing that. That was awfully nice of you. And despite the disorganization, thank you for making it easier.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
So then I called her, and then she did a video call to show me where she was. And then she was coming out. Yeah. It was so exciting. And then she was like, I'm here. And then I saw her come out in real life, and I shut off WhatsApp, and then I went to hug her.
Yes, she ran up to hug me, and I was not expecting that. I thought you would be a lot more reserved or whatever, but she is so vibrant and wonderful. She came up and hugged me, and as soon as you hugged me, I felt all my fears and tensions melt away. It was like an anime moment. It was an anime.
It was, yes.
And I never felt so happier than when she hugged me.
Yes, and I knew you were really, really tired too, because you had just been flying from Atlanta after a 5-hour layover, and before that you didn't sleep because you had to wake up super early to fly to Atlanta because there's no direct flights.
There's no direct flights. Flying from Pennsylvania is crap. First I had to take a plane from Harrisburg from Delta. Then I go from Delta to Atlanta, then from Atlanta to Toronto. 5-hour layover, plus we had a 45-minute lay at the gate at the Terminal 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Atlanta was awesome, though.
Atlanta was wonderful. I want to thank everybody in Atlanta for making it a wonderful experience. Thank you to all the different people, including the people at that little very cute coffee bar. And I want to thank all the attendants, and thank you to that very nice lady for keeping an eye on the restrooms and keeping it so nice and clean. You were wonderful. I don't know if you see this video, but you were wonderful.
That's wonderful. Yeah. I mean, honestly, Atlanta, from what I saw on Google Maps, it looks like a mall.
It's a mall. It's a remarkable mall with 2 or 3 stories. Beautiful shops, very bustling. Mm-hmm. It was very busy. People were buying, eating. There were lines of things. I'm very impressed with you, Atlanta. You're doing a wonderful job with your airport. I hope the rest of your city's beautiful. I may visit you. Anybody in Atlanta, please shout out and tell me if it's nice and where to go.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think I might check out the South, too.
I think we should. You're very friendly. I want to thank everybody. That stereotype's true. You guys were friendly.
Southern hospitality.
Southern hospitality. And I want to thank the 2 guys on the plane who helped me figure out what gate to go in, because it was my first time traveling and I had no idea what I was doing. So thank you very much. If you see this video, you were very nice.
Right. So then after that, I took you to my house.
And I loved her house. I loved talking with her. At first I was nervous talking to her in real life for the first time. But we started talking about subjects we enjoyed, including criticizing genre stuff. And we arrived at her house. I was nervous to meet her parents, but her parents were very welcoming. And you two have really blessed me with a wonderful, wonderful stay.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been more happy and peaceful than I really have, and I've enjoyed all my time with you. And this has been one of the most enriching experiences, and I love talking to you. I feel like we're more alive than we are even online, and we go on tangents.
Yes, definitely. I notice also time passes slower when we're in person. Something about online like makes us go on for like hours and hours.
And it's not as satisfying.
It's not satisfying, and then we just get tired and we can't sleep.
That's true, because then we get excited thinking about these things. But here, it's like we're allowed to digest our thoughts.
Mm-hmm. And also, we were talking more about real life stuff, which is, I think, refreshing.
It's refreshing. It's healthy to talk about real life, so people find real life things, because sometimes fandom gets boring.
It does. I mean, and also like we also notice this. You know, online we're also talking about these subjects. You know, writing, you know, fantasy and stuff like that, and you know, certain genres like superhero, and getting mad at some of the tropes that we don't like. But in real life, we're not as mad.
No.
We're just maybe slightly frustrated, or just saying, "Oh, it's repetitive."
Right, and you know, I think if people enjoy a piece of media, I think it's all right. I mean, it's all right to criticize it, but maybe not overly condemn it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I won't say what we were criticizing, because I had enough of the fanboys, but you know, we're criticizing one thing that was trending on Twitter
All the time, like every other day.
business.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think some things that, you know, we focus online, sometimes it gets blown out of proportion.
It gets blown out of proportion. I think it's what feeds into the hysteria of people.
Right. It was really great for us to take a break from social media for the whole week too.
We enjoyed the break from social media, and it felt wonderful to go out in the real world and experience things. You know, it's like, to quote Elton John, how wonderful life is now that you're in the world.
Exactly. And not just focusing on work, because both of us were like obsessed with work. And then after that, you know, our creative stuff, which is fine. But, you know, I was starting to think I was using my creative stuff as, you know, a coping mechanism.
I think
I felt very uncomfortable with that. I was talking about that, you know, recently with other people too. You know, I was feeling like, I mean, I didn't think my work was bad, but I was like, is there more to life than just going to work and then coming home and doing, you know, all that stuff with creative stuff and social media?
I felt the same way, because I asked myself, is there more to life than work? And we're both in kind of crushing industries. You're doing crushing work with all the stuff that you're doing, which is very demanding and mentally taxing. And I'm in retail, so anybody in retail, that's all you need to know. Retail is just 2 letters away from hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yes.
Yes. But you lose your sense of self sometimes, and you don't know who you are. And then you create, but you're tired when you create. So are you truly savoring the joy of creation?
And yeah, I think also when there's an over focus on creating and no real life, you know, the creation just becomes a form of escapism from work.
It does, and then you can't add to the creation because you're not experiencing real life. And what we kind of focus on are like real life human experiences. Sometimes we'll border into the surreal, but the surreal also has its humanity and its human moments, you know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's true. I think we're kind of like postmodern lit. I guess we're kind of like flavors and dashes of Gaiman a bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think previously, for me at least, the obsession with some of the creative stuff was actually starting to wear me out, because I was like, okay, these are all theoretical, because I wasn't living real life. You know,
It's true.
Just making it up, which is fine, but then at the same time, there's nothing else to your life except for work and, you know, the graphic novels I'm working on. It feels a bit bland, especially since, you know, I've been doing this for the last 3 years since COVID.
That's true. I think with my work, the whole thing with retail being understaffed and the problems with retail, understaffing, and plus the American stress load, it was so detrimental to my health that it was even affecting my mental and physical state. I was pretty much like a nervous wreck in my body and mind because of the understaffing. And coming to Imelda and meeting her family, it was the perfect therapy, detox, and rejuvenation. I feel like a new person now. I do.
Yes, me too.
I can see that. You feel more vibrant. You have a lot of color now.
Yeah, because it was weird. Like the morning, the evening, I was about to leave for Ottawa. Remember that? I got sick.
You were very sick and kind of pale, and I noticed you were very quiet. And at first I thought I had done something offensive at the dinner table, but I did not. It was my first time eating with different utensils, and I thought I was offensive because I did not know the etiquette, but then I found out there's everybody very welcoming, so no judge.
It was because I was getting sick.
It was because you
somehow from indigestion. Now I'm okay. Like after leaving Ottawa, especially.
Yes, Ottawa is cursed.
I did not expect it to be like that, and I felt so bad because we were looking forward to it.
Ottawa, you disappointed us. Justin, I hope you stop wearing socks and get into real living. Maybe Justin needs to go outside.
I think so. All he does is
He's just on Twitter all the time. Get off of Twitter, Justin. Come out and be a real man or a real person. And see the real world. Try to address the homelessness. Try to get some sort of funding. And yes, we all want to be green. That's fine and dandy, but I would think about people dying on the street first.
Exactly.
Because there's people there, I don't think they're going to make it, not in the winter.
No, they don't.
There's people without shoes, for heaven's sakes. And that's outrageous.
There's no blankets like here. At least here people are giving them blankets.
Kingston, you're doing wonderful. I mean, it's not wonderful. You're trying your best without resources. And I want to applaud the compassion that you're helping people with and that you actually take time to listen to. Like we saw one young man, he was in front of a bookstore. People were listening to him and helping him. But they wanted to hear his story and try to help him.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Kingston, you've impressed me. I really can't find anything to fault except with this, but I don't think it's your fault. It's not your fault. And I want to thank people for being more proactive, kinder. I will come back again, Kingston. And thank you for also doing preservation of houses. It's beautiful. Keep your old houses. Keep them beautiful. And please keep welcoming everybody. And please, everybody support your artisanal shops. They may be expensive, but see if you can draw at least $50 a month and support people.
Yeah, we saw a lot of lovely shops here, but unfortunately, no one's going to them. The restaurants are really nice too, the patios, and
I know they're very gorgeous.
They're all empty. It's so sad because it was a weekday. It was Tuesday yesterday, no, Wednesday yesterday, and it was 6 or 6:30, and no one was outside.
Only one couple.
The only one old couple. Yeah.
And I was very sad because I wanted to see more of a bustling life and. I can understand the economy, the fears, people having to work more remotely. But Kingston, please keep up your vibrancy. Also, please keep promoting water tourism. We enjoyed the cruise very much. We want to thank the staff for being very courteous and very lovely. And please keep promoting that. St. Lawrence Bay is very beautiful. And it's one of the calmest bays I have seen. It's not like Erie. Erie's rough and wild. Anybody in Erie, please shout out. We all know that Erie gets rough, and sometimes it gets bad as Lake Superior, and that gets like the ocean.
It is, yeah.
But I love Kingston. I would have loved to explore more. And I hope you get help, and I hope that you as a community are able to do a lot of things that you want to do. And I want to thank you guys for being more proactive and welcoming. Thank you very much. I really loved it. You were kind of like a second Toronto, just more homey.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to look at Queens more closely, but it looks beautiful.
Queens looks very beautiful. I bet it's beautiful. Also, props to the student for having a vibrant life. I appreciate you putting porch lights and string lights. Please keep being happy and studying outside.
Yes, even though they did look a bit scared.
I think they were just scared because
of the crime.
And there's no Batman.
And there's not enough police patrolling. If there was, it would be a lot better.
That's true.
But then the police are sort of unreliable in some sense.
I won't say anything because I feel like I've criticized enough. And I may have hurt some feelings. If I did, I sort of apologize, but not really. Because I'm a Latin American woman, and a Latin American woman never apologizes. We're sort of like the Godfather.
And also, it needs to be said. I think a lot of people
said.
are just dodging the subject.
A lot of people are being evasive, and evasiveness will get you nowhere.
They're just saying, yeah, it's nice, but then they change the subject.
That's very true. You need to address your subjects. I appreciate Kingston for addressing its subjects. I really do. I admire those people out there. And I was even impressed to see the elderly doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them know someone who has been caught up in the crisis, because a lot of the elderly are actually the homeless
And also,
population.
I think there's not enough nursing homes for elderly people. You need to take care of your elderly population, not just young and family, but look after your elderly population, because not only is it the right, humane thing to do, but there's a lot that we can learn from people, and it's just part of humane compassion. So I do hope there's more resources to help people better enact their humanity, because I feel like there's a lot of humanity and compassion here.
I think so, but people are kind of like icy, so like the icy
There's
scarier.
So everybody's like Gotham, because I feel like Gotham could be open, but everyone's scared of crime.
Exactly.
You know?
I think Ottawa has no sense of community anymore. Like in 2016 there was, but now it seems like everyone's fled inside their houses in the suburbs and are refusing to come out, or they moved out.
They moved out, and everybody cancel your Netflix subscription. Maybe go out and touch some grass.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, and when you touch the grass, try to understand what the grass is. I mean, I probably shouldn't say grass. We're in Canada, so the ground.
The ground, yeah.
True.
Nature.
Nature. I just don't mean looking at whales.
Yeah, because I have one friend in Ottawa who hasn't come out of his room for 3 years. He says it's COVID, but maybe he's alluding to this problem.
I think COVID is an umbrella term for a lot of problems.
I think it is. People, COVID, unemployment.
So prompts to Toronto and Kingston for being wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
They were wonderful places. I will come back again.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
I will.
And I will go to the States.
Yes, I want her to come to the States. I think we have a lot to offer in the States. If anybody wants to come to the States, don't let the crime deter you. 2 things to remember: be firm, be aggressive. I know that can be very hard, but if you can try to channel your anger with your rudeness and maybe tone down your racism and come down here.
Mm-hmm.
So channel all your anger with your rudeness and racism, and be aggressive and communicative, and we'll vibe with you when you come down.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And stop being racist.
Yeah, we're talking about that lady in the previous video we talked about, where in the VIA station, she just saw me and she's like, "Stay back, COVID."
And she also tried to hit her with a suitcase. She was swinging her suitcase.
Yeah, she was that nervous when she saw me, or that hateful.
She was full of baleful, hateful. Lady, you need a reality check.
She was the one who was not wearing a mask. Everyone else was.
We were wearing a mask, and she was not.
Yes.
So bad on you for disrupting the rail, because the rail needs you to wear a mask to move forward.
It was on the sign.
It was on the sign.
In
So
English
shame on
and
you.
French.
Exactly. So, and you spoke perfect English, so none of that rubbish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.